Live. This is Colossal Boxing Talk, aka CBT. It's your boy CJ. Be moderating. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Y'all gonna introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I do. I think Mike froze, but it's your boy Mouse. You guys already know Pennsylvania or crazy colossal boxing talk.
Go ahead,
All
Miguel.
right.
Yeah, Mike definitely froze.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth Cat as usual.
We bust our bubble.
The infamous Smooth Cat.
Well, I'll introduce that guy. That guy next to me is
The infamous
Smooth Cat. Now we add names on top of names.
Oh man, you already know.
That's what's up. I'm calling you the infamous Smooth Cat.
Now you gotta do all that. That's my
You got 2 gay names now. I got 50 names.
Right.
Miguel got at least 3 or 4 names, and Jarrell can't.
Hey, I didn't give myself them names. They were given to me. I just rolled with it.
But Jarrell ain't got no name.
Yeah, he's an ace of boxing.
I gave him that name.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you got a smooth cat?
Hey, it's a long,
I'm
it's
fucking
a long
with you,
story.
Hold on, I'm just posting this up. We can talk about it off camera. But what y'all think Jesus Soto Karass versus Devin Alexander? I think that fight I think like I said, I thought it would outperform expectations just because of how the styles matched up.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought Devin Alexander made that fight harder than what it had to be.
Because he wanted to entertain the fans, in my opinion.
Do you know that's my boy? I love Alexander. He's one of my favorite fighters right now. I had him obviously winning a 12-round UD, but all he had to do was go in there and just outbox Karass. And I thought at certain times he made it a fight, and that's why I made Soto Karass look better. But I mean, he did what it was expected. I mean, he won a unanimous decision. I wasn't impressed by Karass or by Devin. I expected that. It wasn't like a shocker to me.
It wasn't a shocker to me at all. In my opinion, I thought Devin did a lot of good work. And I think he was trying to be more aggressive. The more aggressive Devin. I kind of figured he would. And that's why I thought it might steal the night. But he was just in there trading with him just to prove something to the fans. He said it after the fight. And I don't think he had to prove nothing to just box the way he boxed. But I guess if you want to be seen again and fight the names, you got to have a crowd-pleasing style. So I guess that's why he fought like that. But Soto Karass, he can go on to keep fighting and be the ultimate gatekeeper. But I think he needs to hang it up.
Who, Karass?
Yeah, I think it's time for him. 10 losses out of 50, about 56 fights? Yeah, I think he needs time to hang it up. Who are you going to fight now?
Yeah, but you know what? He's good for the up and coming fighters. Yeah, I mean, he's good for those.
So he's a stepping stone.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's good for like a Delorme. He's good for. I mean, to be honest with you, shit, I'd even throw Danny Garcia in with that with Karass just to, you know what I mean, get him some. But those are guys that are gonna give you good fights, but they're just not good enough. You're not expecting them to beat you. I mean, they can surprise the shit out of you, but.
Right.
So what you think about the Alexander Soto Karass fight, Mike?
Hey, me honestly, it went similar to how I said it kind of would. Karass would try to smother him, and Devin would learn from the last fight with Porter and use his counters. And he was using his counters as well, real well.
Yeah, he was tagging that ass up, in my opinion.
He did.
Speed difference was big in that fight.
Which I said was gonna be. I said Devin was way faster than Karass. I mean, I think Devin. I've been saying this even before the Bradley fight, before he fought Bradley. I still to this day think Devin, if he can use his jab way more and he's so clean with his punches, and I think he's one of the fastest guys at his weight class. It's just he's a little bit boring at time on the entertainment side of it, but I mean those who love boxing, you know, for the sport itself, I love it. I love Alexander as a fighter.
The purist fans.
Exactly. I love his style. I'm a really big.
He got a lot of hate because the way he fought Madonna, and these fans don't hold fighters to a certain standard. They hold other fighters to a higher standard than other fighters. You hear, you know, only fans I don't hear, you know, holding fighters to that don't use really bias is the UK fans. They don't really hold any bias. They say Khan suck, he suck. They say Mark Murray ain't shit, he ain't shit. They keep it 100. But if you come over to the U.S., they have double standards. Oh, he only beat Madonna because such and such, such and such. Oh, he really didn't beat Lucas Matisse. You know, and all that bullshit. So it's a whole different type of bias over in the U.S.
It's funny that you say that because I saw earlier today, I saw a comment on Facebook where somebody said that the most overrated sentence in boxing today was the objective is to hit and not get hit. How is that overrated? I mean, that's the point of boxing.
That sounds like
only casuals say shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, this ain't the UFC, bro. If you want to go take hits for unnecessary reasons, go to the fucking UFC, bro. Exactly. This is boxing. The point is to get hit and not, to hit and not get hit.
Or either fight on the street.
Go play some polo, some rugby.
That's the number one rule in boxing.
Exactly.
Hit, not get hit. That's what boxing is the sweet science, hit, not get hit.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to see two guys just sitting there and brawling out and have no head movement, go watch Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward. I mean, go watch some shit like that. Go watch Madonna versus Matisse, right. Something like that. You ain't gonna.
You know what? Even if you go watch if you go watch the Mickey Ward and Gotti fight, they were still skilled in that fight. Ward had a hell of a body punch. He could work your body better than a lot of these guys out here now. Gotti was, you know what I mean? He was Gotti. His heart was, I mean, Gotti's boxing skills, there was nothing great about Gotti. He just had a heart for days. Gotti could fight you 20 rounds and still not want to go down. You don't see that now.
No, you don't. The one thing that go under the bridge is Devin Alexander's chin. He got a hell of a chin.
Yeah, he does.
And he might have the best resume in boxing.
I'll say he got one of the best, but not the best. He got one of the best.
I think he might have the best. I mean, right next to Ivan Mares and Tim Bradley, it's up there.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what though? I give Mares the edge over him because of the guys he was fighting and beating.
He was. Now he tiptoeing around. Oh, do I want to fight him?
He's still fighting a top caliber guy though.
Do I want to fight on Danny Garcia and Sean Porter undercard or Canelo undercard? I mean, damn, he seemed unsure of himself. But to keep it moving, what about fat bad Chad Dawson last?
Man, dude.
Dude, he got a knockout in the first round though.
That motherfucker was 202 pounds.
He was fucking huge. He was huge.
That motherfucker look like Homer Simpson. No, he look like he look like the Reaper off of what's the name of that movie?
James the Grim Reaper Roper.
Yeah, off of Great White Hype. Yeah. He looked just like him last night, dude. Man. And I think what happened. Go ahead.
That's not even the sad part. You heard about his purse though, right? I think he ain't make no more than $15,000 last night.
Yup.
Man, dude, no, it's less than that.
It got took down to 12,000 because he missed weight by 7 pounds. But you look at Chad Dawson, and I think he just hopped. What did he hop into the fight? 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out. He hopped into the fight.
Right. Yeah, 3 weeks out.
They said when he first started training, he was 202 pounds. So he got a late call. But I mean,
Yeah, but even you got to be ready at all times. I mean, did he announce that he was moving up to heavyweight? Because last time I checked, he was a light heavyweight. You shouldn't even be up.
No. Last time he said he was going to move up to cruiserweight.
Oh, I mean, why people get their ass whipped by Donna Stevenson and Kovalev and want to move up to cruiserweight? Cleverly, Bellew, not Chad Dawson. Like, come on, man. I think he could be a force at cruiserweight.
Dawson called out Stevenson again, though. He said he fucked up. He made a mistake the first fight, and he won't make it again.
But he got to get it straight. Dawson need one good fight, maybe. Dawson need one good fight. I don't know who he fight. But should you throw a man with a prospect like Marcus Brown or Williams Jr. or somebody like that?
Oh man, hey, you trying to get his ass beat up at Marcus Brown?
Hey, I mean, make him prove himself and still want to know if he want to fight.
Right, or either more than likely they can do what they've been doing. Hey, tell them to go fight B-Hop again then.
Hey, what about my man that fought on NBC last night that said he was ducking Bernard Hopkins was ducking him and shit. And he lost last night.
I forgot dude's name. I know who you're talking about too. Hey, I was laughing my ass off at dude.
Matisse, something like that. He was from France. Huh?
The white boy?
No, he was from France.
I mean, but he light skinned. I mean.
Yeah, he fought that guy. He had blonde hair. He fought a guy with blonde hair and red trunks on last night. I forgot the name.
Hopkins ducking that guy? Hell no, I don't believe that.
He got beat last night, so I mean that's all water under the bridge again. But man, Chad Dawson need to get his body together because that was unacceptable. You training out the Mayweather Boxing Club, you looking like that, it ain't a good look.
Hell no, it ain't no good look. Hey, when I saw him, the first thing I said, I'm like, look at this motherfucker here. Hey, you come off a knockout loss to look like that.
But you know what? Looking at that fight, $12,000. I mean, I'm thinking about it now. $12,000 for a first round knockout is pretty good money.
Oh hell yeah!
Give me $12,000. I go in there and fight Mike Tyson. But man, just to see where Chad Dawson came from, he was one of the most gifted boxers that I had ever seen. Like he just didn't have a killer instinct. I remember at one point when Floyd retired, he said Chad Dawson was pound for pound #1. And I believe that because his ability, in his prime, wasn't nobody fucking with Chad Dawson.
I agree. Nobody was.
He was beating a young Adam. He just wasn't. His division wasn't popular that he was fighting in. Now it's popular. Now time might have passed him by now.
You know what? Hey, the mistake I think Chad Dawson made was when he was fighting Pascal. It's like he was letting Pascal dictate the fight to him the whole damn fight. But round 10, he woke up and he was starting to land combos and hurting Pascal. He got headbutted again. Huh?
Yeah, Pascal found the way out that damn fight. All Dawson was doing this all night, and it was there. The whole fight, it was there. All he had to do was be first.
Yeah, but it goes beyond the Pascal fight. You gotta look at that Andre Ward fight too. I mean, looking at Dawson looked after that fight it almost like they took anything he had left in boxing.
No, but basically what I'm saying is the Pascal fight started.
No, yeah, of course. But I think the Andre Ward really finished off Dawson.
I think the weight really finished off Dawson. Yeah, you can't be going up and down like. He should have went up there.
I think I said Edison Miranda knocked his ass out cold in sparring.
Yup. That was that way.
Even in the Stevenson fight, even before the actual fight and the weigh-in and stuff like that, his whole demeanor towards boxing had changed.
True.
That's when he told everybody stop calling him Bad Chad.
Exactly. He was no longer Chad Dawson. Yeah, I can't even say this nigga's name right now, Dawson. His whole demeanor after the Andre Ward fight completely changed. It was almost like he had nothing left.
Yeah,
it was
he invested too much in that fight. He invested way too much into that fight. And then to come out a loser, Ward took a lot of his confidence away from him.
I think, man, it was just more the weight, in my opinion. The weight, man, that really fucked Chad Dawson up. That really fucked him up.
Hell yeah, because hey, we all know Ward ain't no damn power puncher by any means, any stretch of the imagination.
And yeah, and I mean Andre Ward should have came up to light heavyweight. I agree because Floyd Mayweather said that he should have came up to light heavyweight. He shouldn't be no way.
Exactly.
You when it come down to it, the lineal light heavyweight champion shouldn't be moving down to fight the lineal super middleweight champion. See,
but you know what? Dawson made that choice. I mean, at the end of the day, you as a fighter, you signed.
HBO forced him. HBO forced him to take that choice, and you just look at the shit. Look at the shit now, and like, dude, like what the fuck, like I wouldn't. But when no fights out there, they offer you the most money. I guess you do it. But man, that fight really fucked his career up.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
I agree with you, CJ, because you know what? When Chad Dawson beat Hopkins, I felt that was the #1 fighter. Even above Floyd, I thought he was way more active, just his boxing ability was there.
Andre Ward just be on some bitch ass shit.
He do.
Agreed.
He be on some bitch ass shit. Now that you sit back and look at it from somebody the other point of view, he be on some bitch ass shit. Like, oh no, you ain't making no money, but you ain't trying to hop in no fights with nobody that can make. I mean, give you a buzz.
He tried to what's called. Hey, that's like I said. I said the worst thing they could have did was gave him the #2 pound for pound ranking because he believes because he's #2 pound for pound that he's a cash cow. Motherfucker, you can't even sell it. Look, hey, I respect the hell out of Ward. And I know a lot of people be saying I be bashing them all the time. But, dude, you can't even sell out Oakland, but you're trying to dictate to somebody who can sell out an arena. Come on now.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It's just you just like look at some of the just look at some of the shit he did, like ducking Butte, man. Like I remember what's so funny about it is how Fight Hype be hopping on all these guys. And you know, I'm not mad at them because you want to get an interview, but some guy did an article in there talking about how Andre Ward was ducking Butte, and he should duck Butte and leave him alone. How I hear Denmark is nice in the summer because he should fight Miguel Kessler instead of Butte. A lot of people thought Butte beat Andre Ward. Let's not get it kidding. A lot of people believe the Butte hype, even with the Andrade tape on the board, with him getting a 20 count. So people believe in hype jobs so much.
There was no way Butte was being Ward.
A lot of people thought that he thought he was.
Hey, only thing I'll say, I think he could have caused problems with his size and that southpaw jab. I think he could have caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been Ward.
Hell no.
I don't even like Ward. To be honest with you, man, I'm not a Ward fan. You know, it's kind of sad that this dude wins the fucking Super 6 tournament and the guy that he beat is bigger than he is.
Exactly.
Let me look up some.
But yeah, nobody, and this is the thing that upsets me. Nobody talks about it. Everybody talks about Floyd cherry picking, Floyd not fighting Manny. Everybody talks about Gennady Golovkin. Everybody talks about all these guys that, you know what I mean? Like, and nobody wants to ever bring up Andre Ward. He's like, everybody talk about protective fighters. He's the most protective fighter out there. Nobody ever wants to go into that subject.
A Ward, but it's because of the resume he fought in the Super 6. That's why. He fought everybody now, and look how I hurt his career.
All right, but he's not.
Carl.
He's doing nothing now. Like he's not even active. Like, he's worse than Mayweather. If you get one fight,
but at least Mayweather fight. At least Mayweather fight twice a year now.
That's what I'm saying. If you get one fight out of Ward in 2 years, you're getting a lot.
And it was funny about it. You can understand why Mayweather was doing that to preserve his body, his hands, and he was making $100 million per fight. See, most guys don't understand the business of boxing, and they don't put they self in the fighter's shoes. I say it like this: if you're getting $32 million guaranteed a fight, and you fight once a year, and your body starting to break down your hands, or you're trying to preserve your body, why would you why would you fight 3 or 4 times a year?
Exactly.
Because you don't have to. But
It
if you
don't
making
make it don't make sense.
yeah, and if you're making $2.4 million a fight and you fight once a year, you have to fight more than once a year because you have to do it. Back in the day, back in them old school days, they fighting 4 or 5 times a month. They had to do it to make the equal out the money. So I mean, it's what you have to do. You got to put your son or you or yourself in those shoes and be like, you know, would I want to still fight 2 or 3 times a year?
You just hit. My bad. Go ahead, CJ.
And then you got fans. You know, they so biased over here. Well, they always gonna hate the best. They always gonna hate the best. Anybody sometimes recognizes number one, this how America built on. They gonna hate them because it's a lot. Oh, Floyd don't fight enough. Oh, but I don't want to watch Floyd fight. He boring. But they be the first ones ordering a fight. All right, which one do you want? You want them gone, or do you want them fight 2 or 3 times a year? So it's always gonna be that line.
The main thing with a lot of them, they want to see Floyd. Not only do they want to see him lose, they want somebody to knock his ass out cold so they can make fun of him constantly and constantly. But what they don't realize is, with his style, he ain't gonna get knocked out cold unless he fucks up and walks into something.
Or he declined that bad.
Yeah, but you guys hit the main point. You got to remember something. Boxing back in Ray Robinson's time, you know, even going back to Hagler, which is like 70s, these guys had to fight 10, 12, 13, 14 times a year just to be able to make ends meet. You know what I mean? Hagler made $100 off his first professional fight. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, if Muhammad Ali got paid $35 million in his time, I promise you he would only fight maybe twice. If he fought 2 times, it was a lot. You know what I mean? These guys don't, it's called prize fighting. You fight to get your money. You know what I mean? That's why Mayweather changed his name from Pretty Boy to...
You ain't saying that in your Paulie Malignaggi voice, is you?
I'm sitting in my party voice. My party voice.
All right, let's jump into Lomachenko versus Gary Russell.
Oh, yes, sir.
Y'all can start that off. I was right.
Go ahead, Miguel.
I would say this for the last time. Hey, CJ, is Lomachenko a Euro bum now?
Right.
Nah, I picked him. I see something. I interject. I see something. Did I not give? Hold on. Did I not give him his credit after the Salido fight, Mike?
Hey, what was
yeah, he did. He gave him his credit then, but he still called him a bum.
There 1 down, 2 more to go.
Yeah,
right.
And look, I don't consider, like, Lomachenko had to show me something. That Salido fight is all I needed to see. When I was like, he'll beat a lot of guys out here after I seen that. Because nobody ever went 12 rounds was taking an ass whooping like he took it, and he still almost won the fight.
Yeah.
And that's my thing with Lomachenko, man. I don't think people really appreciate that fight as much. And I stated this in our last hangout before the fight. I said that Salido fight was what was gonna make the difference in the Russell fight. A lot of people
learning experience.
That fight and said, oh, he lost to a Salido. A lot of people don't realize Salido's a veteran at that weight. He's been in there with the best. 1. 2, Salido came in at 147. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was a welterweight that night. I don't care what nobody say. Lomachenko was 126 that night, and Salido was 147, and that's a big ass difference. Include the low
21 pounds.
You know, so I thought that was the biggest difference maker. Obviously, we saw last night that fighting inexperienced guys is not gonna get you that level. So to me, man, I've never been big on Russell. I've been real clear with that. It's nothing I have against Russell. It's just you can't be put out there to be the best guy and fight a whole bunch of bums. At the end of the day, he never fought nobody that was above like a C-, if that.
Right. Outside of Lomachenko yesterday.
You know, and Lomachenko made him look bad. I don't care what nobody. That fight wasn't even close. 12th round, when certain people were like, "Oh yeah, I gave the 12th round to Russell," he showed like he wasn't gonna. Yo, look at the last 15 seconds of that fight, and the last 15 seconds of that fight shows you exactly what happened for 12 rounds. Every time Russell came back to try to show that he was live, Lomachenko threw 5, 6, 7 punches at that dude and just walked his ass down. I promise you that if there would have been a minute left in that round, Russell would have been.
I agree.
And the thing about what I saw last night and what I pointed out in my keys to victory, the movement and the length for Lomachenko was going to be too much in the height. The movement alone was too much. Gary Russell didn't know how to be nothing but one-dimensional boxer puncher come forward. His arms were too short. He couldn't have no head movement to get inside. He tried a little body work. That shit didn't work.
They dinosaur arms.
Dinosaur arms. And Lomachenko body attack is something so serious, dude.
Yeah, it is.
That had Gary Russell breathing hard. But
That's
one thing,
key. That was the biggest key for me last night was that body work.
Yeah, that was. And Gary Russell was breathing all hard and shit. And one thing Gary Russell did show that he has the heart of a champion. He never quit. He had a hell of a chin. He ate some nice shots last night. And the body work was supposed to get him out of there. That was the whole game plan, was work the body and the head. And, he started true determination. He came into shape. And I wouldn't call him a hype job yet until he fights somebody else, because Lomachenko could just be that good. We don't know how good both of these fighters are. Lomachenko
Hey, my thing is, what I take from the fight is what I said beforehand. If you take the role of least resistance, the shit comes back to bite you in the ass all the time. That's what he did. He took the role of least resistance.
I'm going to say this now with what Mike just said. Stavern over Wilder, same exact reason.
I agree.
Yeah, that's funny we talk about that, but let's where does Gary Russell go next and Lomachenko go next? Like,
for Gary Russell can go fight it. Let me see. What's the guy? The guy who just fought Donaire. I guess Gary Russell can go fight somebody. Fight somebody in the top 10. Anybody
Big D'Artagnan. Big D'Artagnan.
Right. A fight like that where he can kind of rebuild his confidence.
You got Johnny Gonzalez, Abner Mares. You got Ponce de Leon. He retired. But it's a couple guys out there.
Wait. We not trying. You ain't trying to get his ass kicked again. Is you talk about Mares and Gonzalez?
Hey, you could give him Lopez. You could give him Wama.
Yeah, you can give him Wama. Wama might fuck him up though.
Right. I was just going to say Wama might stop him.
This is coming. Nah, hell no. This is coming from a Puerto Rican. Wama got
Loma he reinvented himself. But one thing I noticed that Gary Russell do that he does is he don't turn his punches all the way over. And a lot of people wasn't talking about that. He just slap punches with his speed punches. He focused too much on speed than turning his punches over, and that's why he wouldn't be able to even shake Lomachenko. Did I think that knockdown? Did I think that slip should have been a knockdown? Yeah, I think it should have been a knockdown, but it was more of a off balance shot. But he deserved a knockdown, but it still wasn't gonna make a matter. I had Lomachenko winning 10 rounds to 2, and he boxed his ears off, like you said in Mike boys.
Hey, no, you know what? Damn, I was going to say something about it. Damn. You know, go ahead. It'll come back to me.
Go ahead, Miguel.
I think Lomachenko is that good. Point blank. Listen, this guy is regarded as possibly the best amateur of all time. Now, I understand that amateurs and the pros are different. I get it. But you guys have to, all right. Remember, he didn't just do the amateurs. He went and did that World Series of Boxing bullshit, which is almost like a pro-amateur style game. You know what I mean? Well, it's not like this guy he's done boxing without the gear. It's just, they don't want to call it boxing. It was boxing. Really, right now, he's really like fucking 7-1. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or how many fights he had.
Right.
They don't
He like 7-1 with 1 KO.
You know what I mean? So, it's not, he's really that good. We had the same situation with Rigondeaux, and everybody was saying, oh, if Rigo doesn't deserve that after 18 fights against Donaire, Donaire's going to kill him. And Rigondeaux made Donaire look amateur. He made him look so bad when he was close. It was the same thing we saw last night. Lomachenko, for me, is the real deal. Gary Russell, I think, you know what I mean? He's still, I'll never say he was a hype job. They need to build on him still. But they need to build on him with better opposition. He needs to face adversity before he can get in there with the top guys. There's no way you can throw him with any top guy right now.
I agree.
Yeah, and just this Mares overall movement.
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, that Mares Lomachenko. Go ahead.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say. Something else that a lot of people didn't notice in the fight. And Gary Russell, after he throws shots, Gary Russell takes pictures. He looks at you like, oh my God, he moved out the way, and he don't move his head. That's the reason why Lomachenko kept countering him. I seen I counted at least 14 counters that Lomachenko landed on Russell, with Russell not moving his head, taking a picture, looking like, oh shit, did he move? Bow. Oh damn, did he get out the way? Boom boom. You can't do you have to move your head at the top level, because if you don't move your head, somebody will knock it off your shoulders.
Yeah, and not only that, it's almost, I don't know what, he stops so much. Like, he'll throw a 1-2 punch and then stop. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that every time that he seemed to pause, Lomachenko came back with like at least 7-8 punches. And not every single one hit, but he at least got hit with 3 or 4 of the ones that were coming at him.
Exactly.
He was snapping his head off with that jab and that straight right. He was snapping his head back all night.
Lomachenko caught him so many times with that right. It was crazy. I don't know where Russell's defense went last night, but the body work.
He never had no defense.
Yeah, but there was just nothing there. Nothing seemed to work for him.
But he always been like that. It's just the guys he was fighting made him look like he had defense, because they was lethargic. They were lethargic. They was bums. They was garbage can deliverers.
And his head never moved from the center last night. He didn't bend at the knees enough. He didn't slip punches.
That's what I had mentioned a minute ago when you got up. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, he didn't slip punches or nothing. But that fight was a great fight. I mean, the card overachieved in my opinion. That fight was more than what was expected. That I thought it was, and the fight lived up to the billing. So you look at the two. Lomachenko could go on to do anything. He got the frame to move up, or to move up. He got the frame. So it's a lot of fights out there for him. I thought he was like 30, but he only 26. So he got a big boxing career for somebody that left, for somebody that won 2 gold medals and fought in the Boxing World Series. So he got a lot of boxing left in him.
There's enough fights right now at 126 for him to make some money and then move up. I'm
gonna go out on the limb early. Lomachenko next opponent will be Gradovich.
Ooh, that's a good ass fight.
Don't Gradovich?
I don't think so, because him and Gradovich got the same manager. I don't know if they'll make that fight happen.
Right, but Bob Arum already mentioned it though. He already mentioned the possibility of it.
That's a good ass fight.
I agree. Who would you favor?
I favor Lomachenko just on ability, raw ability. But Gradovich got some skills though. I like Gradovich a lot.
He do. I like Gradovich too.
That's the only one I ain't caught in a Euro bomb.
Hey, they say Gradovich boring. Gradovich is not boring.
Gradovich, who's Gradovich's trainer? Garcia, no?
Yeah, Marble Garcia.
Yeah.
Garcia, so he doesn't really have that Euro. Yeah, I mean, he's they call him, what they call him, the Mexican Russian or some shit like that?
Yep, Mexican Russian.
The Mexican Russian.
He's not your conventional Euro fighter. But that would be a good matchup. I still got Lomachenko winning that fight.
I definitely was watching that one, because it'll be a good one. But what y'all think about, like, what the fuck is wrong with Robert Guerrero? He don't want none of Keith Thurman. He just slammed the book on Amir Khan.
He ducking.
He said he want to fight. He said he want to fight Pacquiao. Say he want to fight Pacquiao because the scoop on him and Pacquiao was The scoop on him and Pacquiao was he used to school Pacquiao in sparring and he gave him a tough sparring. But so did Sean Porter though. I mean,
right.
I mean, why?
And Kareem Mayfield did too.
Yeah, and you think that amount to you beating Pacquiao? Oh, nobody want to see him pay to see Robert Guerrero no more after that Floyd shit.
He's just looking for money, bro. Robert Guerrero trash.
See, the thing with Robert Guerrero is this: you say you either want to. Now Mayweather gave you an opportunity to make your money, so how come you can't give Thurman the same opportunity to make his money? But you know Thurman should move up and go fight Arizona Lara. What the fuck is that?
And then you look. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought he made $1 million yesterday off that fight.
Yeah, and I'm getting to that. He had, after fighting Floyd Mayweather, the way his contract was stipulated, he had a guarantee of $1 million when he returned to the ring. So that's how he got $1 million. It was rumored that he had guaranteed from the Mayweather fight. So Floyd. So that fight he made, so off the Floyd fight, he made about $7 million. If you calculate that million in last night. So I mean, Floyd getting guys paid. So, and you look at Robert Guerrero, man, like last night. I mean, I didn't catch all of the fight, but that Kamegai guy, he gave him all he wanted.
He did.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, but you know what? It's how do you let a guy like that? Guerrero looked at like Berto did after
fighting Kamegai.
After fighting Kamegai, I know he hasn't been in the ring for that long and stuff like that, man. But that Kamegai wasn't a guy that you were expecting to come in there. Like, he made it harder for himself, to be honest with you. Like, if you go 12 rounds with Kamegai and he closed your eye like that, imagine what Pacquiao would do to you. And Kamegai is slow as hell. Man, I saw his punches being thrown from. You could count to 10 and still his punch ain't land.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was.
He was very lethargic. Very lethargic.
It was like, come on, like, are you serious? Like, we saw the typical Guerrero come in, work the inside, you know. That I'll give Guerrero. He has a good inside game. But you just, I don't know. I don't think, like, a lot of people are like, fight of the year, fight of the night. Like, are you crazy? That fight does not top a dominating win by Cotto Martinez. That fight doesn't top. Let me see what the Bradley Pacquiao for me was a better fight than that, and that was, you know what I mean. That went one way. I don't see. There's no way you can put that shit. Lomachenko versus Russell was better than that shit. Alexander versus Karas was better than that shit.
Well, only thing I'll say, Miguel. Now, basically to go back to what we talked about earlier. When they would be saying the things about how the straightforward brawl, that's the reason why that fight was so exciting, because it was like a phone booth. They both were standing there. Guerrero throw his 5 shots, Kamegai throw his 6, then Guerrero throw 8, Kamegai throw 5, and then it was just like that all night long. So that's the reason why I got a lot of hype about the fight of the year type. Excuse me, but thank you. But honestly, I think it was a great fight myself, but fight of the year, no. What's that damn? I don't remember the fight that's supposed to get it, but it's a fight over that one that's supposed to get the fight of the year.
Yeah. It was on HBO, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah.
I forgot that fight, but that was a hell of a fight. But
them dudes was going toe to toe all night long, bloody as hell. I think it was 2 little guys.
Yeah, I can't really remember what was. But you look at Robert Guerrero, dude. This is a dude that lost to Salido, really. But Salido had something in his bloodstream. Lost to that one guy.
Beat the hell out of him that night.
And that's got ruled a no contest because of the little drug, the diuretic or whatever he had in his body. But you look at Robert Guerrero, and he made the adjustment to 147 beautifully. But I mean, if you want to take easier fights, you should have just stayed at 35.
Right, exactly.
I think he could have rivaled Abreu and Vasquez and Crawford. He could have rivaled them, or he might have got his ears boxed up. But I think he realized that the money was at 47. Then fight some damn body. Fight somebody with a pose. I mean, you ducking trying to fight Pacquiao when you got Al Hammond as your manager. You know that's not going to happen. And
You know what? Honestly, if he would have stayed at 135, what's up, boy? Omar Figueroa. Dude, hey, I know the Ghost will get in, beat the hell out of Figueroa.
Somebody was talking about fight. Oh, you know, Jerry John, he dropped back down to 135. The guy that fought Lamont Peterson, and he calling out Figueroa.
Yeah, but you know what? Broner called out Guerrero when he moved up to 40, right before the Floyd fight. I think that would be a good matchup.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. Right, a lot of shit talking they was talking.
Broner was kind of what's called though. But when Guerrero got in his face, all he could say was, "I still got my O. I still got my O." The man
he ain't got that shit no
more. The contract.
He didn't say that shit no more.
He said, "When you gonna send a contract, right?"
And he called him out last night.
Wasn't trying to talk about that contract.
And he's called him out last night. He said that he might be fighting Robert Guerrero on Floyd Mayweather undercard if it look right, if it
ever materializes.
But after with that eye situation, it's too close to training. So we should know something about Floyd fighting this week, because it's about 90 days out. So we should know something about Floyd fighting this week. It might be Madonna again, but then you got Oscar taking.
Madonna.
It won't be Madonna.
Then you got Oscar taking selfies. After Gary Russell lost.
Oh wow!
So I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. And Oscar was quoted saying that he wants Mayweather to keep his O, and until he retires, and he wants him back fighting on Golden Boy. So that sounds like,
Mayweather
sound like his last plea.
Mayweather already said that he was gonna continue working with Golden Boy.
He ain't got no other choice because he don't have no boxing license in Nevada.
Exactly.
That's what he's gonna fight. So he had no other choice. So we just gotta wait and see. Who would y'all like Guerrero to see Guerrero fight next? Y'all can go ahead and say his name.
Victoria Ortiz.
Give me Thurman.
That's a good fight. That's a good fight.
No, but you know what? Honestly, I want to see him fight Thurman, but I know he ain't gonna do it. So shit, he might as well go and fight Ortiz.
Yeah, I watched that. Give Ortiz one big ass payday.
Nah, man, bump Ortiz. If you won't go down that route, you might as well give Luis Collazo that fight then.
Or Josito Lopez.
You know what I mean? Cause what, Ortiz is like 0-5 in his last thing. You know what I'm saying? That's like Guerrero calling that back. Like, come on, you just got your ass beat by Mayweather. You come back and beat an unknown, and all of a sudden you get a Pacquiao fight. Like, come on.
Right.
True enough. So,
I'll take a Luis Collazo. Shit, throw a Devin Alexander versus Guerrero. I'll take that.
I'll take that also. That'd be a great fight.
He already turned that fight down, though.
That's what I'm saying. He don't want to fight nobody. No viable opponent at 47. He won.
No. Wait, it's not that no viable opponent. He don't want to fight no damn boxers who ain't gonna stand in front of him. That's what he don't want to fight. He want to fight all toe-to-toe guys.
Ortiz it's not worth that fight, man. Ortiz may quit on us. It's not even about Ortiz just he may just Guerrero may just hug him and Ortiz may just hit the floor.
Right. I gotta agree with that. All right, going into we just gonna touch a little bit on Crawford versus Gamboa. What y'all think about that fight coming this Saturday?
Hey, I'm still up in the air on that one, dude. Like I say, I've been doing my studying on both of them, but I promise you, I for some reason, I can't devise a game plan for them just yet, but I'll have it done by this week, though. At least Thursday, I have it done.
And what had me? What kind of? I'm not picking yet neither. But what caught me on notice was how much longer Lomachenko was than Gary Russell, and how Gary Russell couldn't get inside. That could be, if Crawford can control distance and keep him at the end of that jab, that fight could look just like that fight.
True.
Oh no, Gamboa is a whole different beast than a Gary Russell, baby.
He got
He
outboxed
is.
by
I
he
agree
got
with you, Gil.
he got outboxed by that Filipino guy damn near and damn near lost that fight on
But man,
Yeah,
he didn't get no outbox. He almost got knocked out, but not outboxed.
yeah, just came back off a layoff. He was recording some tracks for
That
50.
motherfucker was giving them that work in there, dog. I thought Gamboa won, but you know.
Nah, I
He was
think
giving
Gamboa,
hell.
you know what? I like Crawford. I think Crawford is a real slick boxer. But he looked, I mean, let's be real. He didn't look that good against Ricky Burns either. So,
No, you gotta take in the fact that he went across overseas and got to get a
Right.
belt. So, and that was his first big stage like that.
no, of course. But I mean, he won that fight. I mean, regardless. You know what I mean? They made a fair call. But even looking at that fight, I mean, he really didn't look that good against Ricky Burns. Like, Ray Beltran beat Ricky Burns. You know what I mean? And they robbed him. Terrence Crawford didn't do such a persuasive win like a Ray Beltran did. But he did win. But I don't know. I think both guys didn't look so good. I mean, Gamboa didn't look good against a Filipino. But, I mean, he had been out of boxing for a long period of time. Crawford didn't look so good against Ricky Burns. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Gamboa could work the inside. I mean, this is not a Russell situation. Gamboa has natural raw ability. He's a naturally fundamental technical guy. He really can box the shit out of you. So
You know what? Now, something that I have been seeing though. Now I'm gonna say this because Bud like to throw that straight right, and honestly, from what I see with Gamboa sometimes on his shots he leans in, and I'm wondering because we all know that Crawford had fought at 140 pounds before. I'm wondering can Gamboa take a clean flush shot from him that he don't see and be able to withstand it.
yeah, that's my problem with Gamboa too, because we know Gamboa has a problem of hitting the canvas at least once during his fight.
Right.
Every single fight. The problem is,
in my Ishe Smith voice, Gamboa go down more than a prostitute in Vegas.
And what's my concern for Terrence Crawford is how fast will he be able to adjust to Gamboa's speed, and will he be able to keep the distance? Can his jab find Gamboa?
That's another determining factor. Also, can Crawford take Gamboa's power? Because we know Gamboa can hit with either hand.
And it come fast, and then he'd be able to cut off distance a little better than Gary Russell did. And can he adjust to that speed? And plus, another determining factor, how Terrence Crawford gonna do fighting at home? He didn't do too good fighting across at Scotland like that, we expect him to do. So being at home is a whole different type of pressure too, and it should be packed for him.
man, you know what? I like Crawford, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go with Gamboa on this one, simply on experience, and style.
Yeah, I haven't made a decision yet, but
Me neither.
it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I don't know who on the undercard, but I'll just be waiting for this fight.
You know what?
Same thing here.
I'm gonna let 50 Cent know that y'all say y'all ain't make a decision yet, so he can make a video on y'all. He gonna be clowning y'all.
Hey, tell him do him then. Shit, we ain't worry about it. Hey, any notoriety is good.
Yep. So at that point, we're gonna wrap this up. This Colossal Boxing Talk. See y'all next Friday or Thursday for the Terrence Crawford pre-fight show. We gone.
Smooth cat out.
Lomachenko, baby.